Yes, Megaman 03. I decided to skip over Megaman 02, or even though I played it, mostly because it wasn't so good. It did return to the basic, more like basics instead of one big interconnected world. It went to the more regular level-based system, but story-wise, it wasn't so good. It didn't seem to have any sort of real direction about how to really work with the basic system of the it didn't really work so well. Plot was boring. That the new resistant leader searches for a thing called Dark Elf, which is some really big fancy important relic, goes crazy while at it, and of course Zero has to stop him, and in the end the original X is killed. So but let's just go to the Megaman 03, which I did play through it, so you don't get fresh reactions, mostly because it would be frustration and rage because of the difficulty level of bosses, although it's not as nasty as in the first one. And plot wise it was so much better, so let's just get going. Oh yeah, and some plot relevant storytelling about the basic plot, which I already told about. Yeah. Copy X is dead. He's no more. And of course, there was peace on Earth and all that, or better say more like, yeah, that's interesting. Although I must really say that the medium this game has isn't able to really show all these things about for example, this energy crisis, and of course Elvitzor was the new resistance leader, and he went crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, magic. No, actually it's not magic. This is basically space opera light science fiction, so it's not magic, but it was immensely powerful technical marvel from which was more or less unknown, misunderstood, or let's say forgotten how it actually works. Yeah. And Dark Elf is of course the source of all the cyber elves. But there has been a reason why Zero was out for commission for 200 when he put himself out of commission for 200 years. There he is, with the basic design of spiky black and red. Yeah, and Dr. Seal is still leading the resistance science leader or leader. Yeah. Well, she's very naive, and most likely she shouldn't have. Yeah, and Zero is not so silent anymore, but he's still blunt and direct. I would say direct and not particularly friendly. And I must say that in the first one there was quite annoying graphical style which made my eyes hurt, but this one doesn't. I don't know why. It's still the basic same platform and basic same graphics still, but somehow this just doesn't look as... Yeah, that's a big sword. It looks more like a sword than a ship. Yeah, she's not married. No, apparently there's two. If there's two similar sources, and that thing looks like a ship, and it's in the background. Nice little details. Yeah, and Zero is good at making things safe, and I'm still fun using the save assistance systems of very liberally placed checkpoints. And when you look at it, Zero's got his basic. Oh, down to do some control adjustments. Adjustments been done, so it's time to get going. Zero's still got the basic duo of weaponry: sword and a gun, because that's how he is armed. Although originally he wasn't so armed when he became playable first time. He wasn't armed. And that was a bit of secret. He was just armed with that basically blaster, and it would be much later become much more known about his swordsmanship instead of shooting. Yeah, there must be personal history between them. Actually, there is. Oh, she's cute in a naive sort of way. And I don't know, and it's impossible to say how many of those new Arcadian soldiers Zero has already gone and put them into small pieces. And you? He is tough. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't actually appear to be isn't in a sense bad guy. He's on the opposing side. So, which means might be thought that because his job is also to protect humans, especially humans. Although Zero's seeing that, putting it to much wider thing. Yeah, but that big ship looks very scary and unpleasant. Yep. Big ice chunks falling. And ice which can be chopped to pieces. Not so really necessary. Oh yeah, here. Couple of these little disc things are something like a cyber elves and items you can collect. They of course reduce the rank you get, but that rank isn't so much really necessary unless you wanna gather all those bonus EX skills, which aren't so necessary for the basic gameplay. So the gameplay in a sense adjusts itself, that if you play really good, game gets harder, and opposite. I am not 007. I am not particularly good in this game, so I don't really care about the ranks. I use cyber elves and equipment liberally. Oh, something's big happening. Yeah, that's Leviathan and Fafnir. All three Neo-Arcadian generals here. They also appeared in X2, and they're getting their asses kicked by that. It's big and scary. Oh yeah, so something came from the sky, and it's Omega. That's a scary name. But he's Well, of course. Well, they were smart because you know they got themselves they got themselves disassembled by that thing. Yeah, common sense run away. So they left me job to put that big monstrosity down. Oh yeah, and it's usually a very bad idea to call Zero. Because usually that means that Zero's about to come and rip you apart. And it doesn't... And as a boss fight, even though most difficulty in Megaman games, at least in Zero, is in the form of boss fights, this one isn't one of the... It wasn't so bad. Well, of course, they most likely decided to be easy. And judging by all the sounds and growling, it ain't much of a person. Yeah, it got beaten, but it certainly is not giving up. I don't know. Yeah, and it doesn't appear much of a intelligent either. Who might this be? And that whale appears to be able to command Omega. And if there's anybody who looks sinister, it's that guy. He doesn't look nice. Whale. Dr. Whale. There's about to be exposition about that guy, and he doesn't look good. Yeah, he's... And the Replica X is also here. I wonder, did Hapuya even know that the X was rebuilt or reverse engineered? And it was already scrapped by Zero. Although the copy X knows that it's a reverse engineered copy. Oh yeah. So there's a super weapon called Omega, and Dr. Whale who is controlling it, and was able to even bring back the copy X. So yeah, and of course, being a copy had the problem of it had the physical reproduction, yes, but not so much of mental reproduction, which took decades of. Of course, it took a good amount of programming, and then it took decades of bug searching to really make good, and then decades of fighting. And this one doesn't have all those things, which made original X a real hero. And even the copy X didn't stutter, so maybe something's wrong. What is this guy implying? He appears very unpleasant. Oh yeah. And I got and I got an A rank. And now I'm within the bit fancier resistance space. Yep. Oh yeah, except not necessarily in this time when a guy who's been banished 100 years ago is brought back, and most likely for a reason why Dr. Whale was banished from Neo Arcadia. But how in hell was he even able to resurrect Copy X? Because he wasn't there. Was it something? And of course, Seal does the saving part, so it's a real nice thing. So yeah, servo, and of course yeah. No. Well, but here's servo and a data disk, so let's just take it. Yep. Zeros. Now I got the basic weapons, although the recoil rod is a completely new one in the Megaman X2. The rod weapon could be used as what's called chain rod, and you have to swing around. But well, now there is no such tool. It's just a more like smashing using thing. And this. Yeah, and I must really say that it's really quite simple that it is nice how they're detailed. Oh yeah. I'm sure Dr. Whale would love to get that new energy form without any sort of negotiations. Yeah, she's a very smart, but not necessarily crafty. So, but let's just check the missions. Yep. All kinds of critters around here. So it's time to actually save this just again and continue next time after this, which introduced 03 with so yeah, see you next time. See ya.